So I wanted to make a video here and talk about refurbishing a KitchenAid dishwasher. Little context is I have another dishwasher, Amila, which I'm keeping, and I'm just moving to a different kitchen. And you may have seen in some of my videos, which is why I preface that. But I needed a nice dishwasher in this kitchen, something that I will be happy using for the next few months while I make a transition. But I also had a very limited budget. Basically, I wanted to spend as little as possible, but still wanted something nice for what I consider to be a nice kitchen. Now, I got this one for free, and I spent less than $150 fixing it up, and it works perfectly. There are no issues with it, and it cleans very well. Now, I'm going to take you through how to identify this generation of KitchenAid and Whirlpool dishwashers, what their common failure points are, and therefore why you may see them for free or for nearly free on Facbook Marketplace, and how much some of these things cost to remedy. Now, clarify what I said there, Whirlpool and KitchenAid. Whirlpool does own KitchenAid, so the dishwashers are all the same platform with features and styling swapped out to suit the price point. KitchenAid is more premium. So for example, KitchenAid typically gets nicer controls, right? The touch sensitive with the chrome accent there, nicer motors, more insulation, so they're quieter, more adjustments on the inside. So opening this one up, you can see there was some wear on the plastic of the panel. I touched up with silver paint, and you know what? It looks just fine. Two racks, as was common at the time, spray jets on the back wall, four blade arm on the bottom, adjustable upper rack, and what I really like, ball bearings. Pretty nice for a free dishwasher. So how can you recognize this generation inside? It was made from, it was made from about 2010 to 2020, from what I estimate. This particular unit was made in 2014, and you can identify them from the round sump, the four-bladed wash arm. Generally, everything is slimmer on the bottom to begin with. The jets on the wall are a good indicator, and the round sump with the filter. Now, some high-end models had the round sump with kind of a robot eye looking filter that would be right there. You could recognize it, but it would still have the arm. The Whirlpool equivalents had the same setup with the filter right there and a gray kind of trapezoidal rectangular wash arm, and it would sometimes still have those jets there. So that's a pretty surefire way of identifying them. Previous generation had a more convex design cover, and the later one had a rectangular sump, so very easy to differentiate. So working our way up, talking about failure points, one of the most common reasons you'll find any of these dishwashers available on Facebook for free listed as leaking. It's because right there underneath that arm, there's a diverter that switches which arms are getting water, and it has a little seal. It's a rubber ring, and it just tends to not seal for some reason. It was a very common failure point. I would say it's the most common reasons you'll find these listed as for parts or repair. It's about $10 to $30 to fix, and it's not even guaranteed to happen. This one, for example, was having an issue draining. It had no leaks. In this case, that draining issue that this one had ended up being a clogged drain hose. So that's something to always keep an eye out for as well. Everything might be working fine. The drain hose just might have been clogged. That's another reason you might find them as well. Other things that might be reasons you find them for free, dead wash pumps. So the main wash pump on the Whirlpools tends to be lower quality than the ones on the KitchenAids, at least most of the KitchenAids. This one has a variable speed wash pump and variable speed drain motor. They're pretty robust, they're pretty sturdy, I think, better quality, just owing to the premium nature. And of course, after 10 years, it's still working fine. I'd say probably well justified in saying that. The Whirlpools just tend to get cheaper pumps befitting their price. So you might find them for free listed as main wash pump, main circulation pump is dead. You can pick them up on eBay, open box for maybe 50, 60, 70 bucks, depending on the pump. Not difficult at all to swap out. Now, the highest end models, the highest end models with the robot eye looking filter, those have a self-cleaning filter. And basically, they attach this removable filter, right, a stainless steel version of it, to the main wash pump itself. So it spins at about 3,000 RPM as it pumps water. The centrifugal force and the pressure of the water kind of separate soils out. Now, certain things have caused that pump to fail. The filter basically shreds and then it clogs itself. And I think one of the most common points there are paper jar labels. that glue and fiber build up inside of it to the point where it just causes pressure and failure. I think if you avoid that, they should be generally reliable. But if you do find one and that's the issue, that entire pump and filter is one assembly. So you can replace it in one go. It's very easy, and you can again find them on eBay open box for maybe about 100, 120 bucks. Not difficult at all to take care of. Another common thing, the upper rack attaches to the adjusters using these plastic pieces. Again, this one has not had this issue, but I suppose if you're very rough, you'll cause these to snap. So you'll notice that like in the picture, it's like hanging down, or it might be out of the dishwasher completely as a result. And so it's another failure point there. Now they do sell a set. It comes as a kit with one for each side, a new set of supports that you can install. And very easy to take care of. Talking about the door seal, now I've seen a bunch listed as leaking from the door. These seals are very simple. They meet the perimeter seal in the corner there, they press down on it, and then there's a plastic piece that kind of presses down on the lip of the tub there. The lip of the tub is not flat underneath the door, it curves up to form a rim. The purpose of this seal is not to be 100% watertight, it's to stop any turbulence of the water inside as it's spraying from splashing under and going up over the lip onto the floor. What I've seen personally in a couple instances, well, one instance, is that the dishwasher was perhaps either perfectly level or maybe tilted just an ever bit forward, and it put too much water in the front. That as the seal aged, the turbulence then made it under and dripped out the corner. In that case, tilting it back maybe just a degree resolved it completely. That could be all it needs, is maybe just to be installed with a little tilt backwards. It wouldn't impact any wash performance because the water would still pool in the center as expected. And if you do need to replace this seal and this piece here, it's fairly inexpensive. I think you would spend maybe $30, $40 total on both for a new set. But I don't think that's a common enough issue to need a replacement, at least in my opinion. Now, one thing that doesn't age well, but I don't know how much it impacts wash performance, and it won't be something that you see them listed for free for, is this is the middle wash arm. You have the arm itself, and then you have the manifold. This has its own seal right here on the back, and you can see the cream color is this silicone portion that's been injection molded in. This seals against the hole on the back wall where the water comes in and grips onto it, provides a seal to maintain pressure. Now, after about 10 years, this is worn away and it's not doing anything. You might see pieces missing of the silicone. I don't know how much that impacts wash pressure, but it only costs about $18 to replace. The way you do that is you can see it's a separate piece. It unclips from the manifold. You can order any Whirlpool KitchenAid manifold, regardless of if it even fits your dishwasher, because these clips here vary by model. As long as it has the 2-position seal with 2 holes, you can pop the seal out of the new arm, put it in the old manifold, so that way you have the right consolidated assembly, and then that just clips right back onto the underside of this rack. So, very inexpensive thing to take care of. I don't know how much it affects it, but if I was being thorough, I might as well be thorough and take care of it. So, now, in the end, was it worth it? I would say unequivocally yes. This is a very well cleaning dishwasher. The only times things haven't come clean out of it is when they were improperly placed, so they didn't get any water flow. It cleans very quietly. The main wash pump is actually very quiet, and the tub is insulated very well, so you don't hear a lot of the water moving around. The loudest thing is actually just the drain pump. I'm not sure if that's by design or if it's just because it's 10 years old, but no problems there. So unequivocally, yes, it's very nice. It's a handsome looking unit. It's in good cosmetic condition. It's got a lot of options and cycles. As mentioned, has a lot of adjustability from the things there, the shelf, that little basket in the back, the jets on the back wall, these sliding pieces here. Very easy to load, very easy to use. All my plates, cups, silverware have come out very clean. No complaints. So, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, let me know. Happy to help guide people on fixing these things. If you have basic mechanical knowledge and basic handy skills, I would say this is well within your reach. These are very simple machines and very easy to understand what's going on. Documentation and parts diagrams are very available. The Whirlpool and by extension KitchenAid document site is called servicematters.com. You just put in your model number and it'll give you all the documents from owner's manual, cycle guides, parts diagrams, technical bulletins that were published for them, and it'll give you a lot of insight into repairing these. And then after that, you just take the part numbers you need and go search online for them. The only exception being the diverter seal. That was not a specific part. It only became available as such after the issue arose, so it's not in the diagrams. But if you just search Whirlpool diverter seal, lots of options come up on Google with the right number. It's fairly easy to identify. So yeah, if you're in the market for a dishwasher, you need something nice, but you don't have a lot of money to spend, don't shy away from all those free KitchenAids that you see on Facebook. Undoubtedly, you'll see some. I think every week I'm seeing an eligible one come up. I would say though, try to get a towel bar version, because these plastic consoles with chipping, that's probably the thing that aged the poorest, and it's not cost effective to replace the console. So that would be the one thing I would do differently if I did this again. But no complaints, I'm happy with the decision I made, and it's nice to keep something out of a landfill as well. So again, any questions, comments, feel free to comment below, and I'll get back to you.